I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome back to the A&M podcast.
Yeah, I think we need a theme song with like singing on it, like not to
I just
start.
sang it.
I
What
know.
do you mean? I
Have
just
I'll
did it.
have AI produce that for us, and
That's so
it'll
funny.
be
Maybe they can
beautiful.
yeah, they can tune my voice a little bit. Funny story is I lost the sock to my microphone as well. I don't know what happened to it.
Wow.
It popped off. Popped off.
Yep.
Oh, it's actually behind me on the floor, but
I know where mine is. I've just chosen not to use it anymore.
oh, okay, yeah. Maybe I'll go down that road too, depending on how I
Yeah.
sound.
I'm gonna spray paint it chrome, make it look really flashy.
Uh,
Not doing any
yeah.
of that.
So
So,
anyway, I haven't really. I have held off talking to you all day just so that the
I know. Like at one
podcast is
point,
as natural as possible.
yeah, I thought about talking to you, and I was like, no, you know what? I'm not. Oh, you didn't mean. Oh,
Wow. Do we have beef?
no, I don't. No, I don't. Not that I know of. Although sometimes I find
Wait,
things out after the fact, so who knows?
no, guys, I never have beef with my dad, actually. You're probably the
Yeah,
one I have the least amount of beef with,
that's true.
actually.
Same. Also, but let's not get into that. Um,
That's why we
so
have a podcast together, guys,
yeah,
because,
that's true.
besties. Besties
That's
for
true.
the
Otherwise,
resties.
otherwise it wouldn't work out too well. Um,
Yeah, it wouldn't. Or it might be
I-
extra interesting.
could be. We might have double the viewers, so three.
Yeah.
Um, that's not even mathematically
Because
possible.
we have a
Uh,
half, because we have a half person that
Yeah,
views us.
they just usually that person only watches the beginning.
Yeah.
Where I went a room shot. But
Which is crazy because you have to wait till the end until it actually gets good.
I know, right?
Guys,
That's the good part. You're missing the
you know
best.
who I'm looking at you. You know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we're just chatting. The Super Bowl was obviously this past weekend, and what are your thoughts, Dad, as a
Uh, you know,
non-Seahawks or Patriots fan?
yeah. So I was rooting for the Seahawks because I know some people who are Seahawks fans. One of them
Yeah.
being one of our Starbucks baristas, and he always
Oh,
roots for
really?
the Eagles for me. So I was rooting for and then somebody I
Wow.
work with also is a Seahawks fan.
Huh.
But it was kind of a mess Super Bowl for me because and some of that is coming off the disappointment of the Eagles winning last year in such spectacular fashion, and then this year, getting eliminated like in the first round of the playoffs. The whole thing was just kind of. But I think it was also the teams just. There's two circumstances where Super Bowls are interesting. If a team you really like is in it, or a team you really hate is in it. Because if it's a team you really hate, you're rooting for whoever is playing against them. And as an example, I
Right.
would use the Dallas Cowboys. Uh, More recently, the Kansas City Chiefs. There were a lot of people that were rooting against the Chiefs just because they won so many. Back when Tom Brady was with
Yeah.
the Patriots, there were a lot of people who would root against the Patriots just because they were sick of seeing them win. So those are the two
Oh,
circumstances
right.
for me anyway that a Super Bowl is interesting. This one just wasn't that interesting, and we watched it, but it wasn't like there wasn't an event going on or
Tuned
anything.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just, and then it was the game itself in the beginning. I think it was like 3-0 for like the entire first
Yeah.
quarter.
I was gonna say they pretty much had a lead the whole time
Yep.
till the end, and I to be honest, I think for me it was kind of crazy that for being a Super Bowl game, you expect it to be a lot closer score. The fact that it was such a big score difference was
Yeah. Well,
kind of crazy to
you
me for
remember
a
the
Super
Eagles
Bowl.
game last year though. That's how the Eagles game last year was. They were up like it for a while. It looked like it was very similar. This one was a little closer than last year, but it was very similar because it like the Seahawks were just dominant the whole game, like the just like the Eagles were. You want some
I think
you
for
want some
us,
fun facts?
I think for
Oh,
a
go ahead.
Super Bowl, it should be a lot closer score.
You
Just
would
because
think, right?
you assume like Super Bowl is
Yeah,
presumably the better teams of the season.
Right.
So would expect them to be a
Yeah.
lot harder game to win.
I think everybody pretty much assumed that the Seahawks were going to win. I think a lot of people assumed that. I assumed that because I felt like they were the clearly better team and they played like the clearly better team. But that doesn't always happen either. You can have like I think last year everybody thought it was going to be a lot closer game than it was, and then one team turned out to just completely dominate.
Yeah,
Um, I had some fun facts for you though. Did you
love a
know?
fun fact.
First of all, the attendance at the game was 70,823 officially in the stadium.
That's a lot of people buying
Average,
overpriced tickets.
yeah. Well, that's average ticket price $7,500. The cheap seats you can get the nosebleed seats $4,000.
Would you
And
ever pay that? Like, even if it was your favorite
no,
team?
no,
I
no,
think
it's
I have
not.
way more fun at a Super Bowl party than I ever
Yeah.
would at a Super Bowl game,
Well, let me
especially with
take
bad
take a step
seats.
back. If I was wealthy and that much money didn't mean a whole lot to me, I would.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. Oh yeah, like rich
but
celebrity
as
status.
as
Yeah.
a yeah yeah, then it's like just not that. It also said stadium food. Guess how much the highest price stadium food you could get at the game was?
Highest
The
price?
highest priced single item.
I'm gonna say $60.
Oh, you're multiply that by three. There was a
Really?
$180 gold leaf burger available only in the luxury suites.
Oh,
So,
well, so not
$180
even.
gold leaf burger.
Who do you think's doing that? I wonder how many they
I, you
sold.
know, I
I
mean, if
wonder
it's in
how
the
many they
luxury
sold for the
suites, it's
night.
those same celebrities, but they also paid a lot more for. They didn't buy the $4,000 seats; they bought the $40,000 seats.
I
So,
don't even think they care about a gold leaf burger though. Do they?
right,
Celebrities,
yeah, that's it.
tap in, and let us
Like,
know.
yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Comment below. Also, like and subscribe. Um, but yeah, I mean that's the thing to me. Like that's really cool that you have. But I don't like what. Even if I'm a celebrity, I'm not going. Oh yeah, give me the $180 burger.
Give me the gold leaf
Like,
burger. No,
give me the
I don't
gold
think they
leaf
care that
burger. I
much.
want to eat gold leaf.
Yeah, I
Is
don't
it
know.
gold leaf that you're actually? Because I think there is stuff that's edible. But are you actually
Yeah,
eating
there's.
that, or is it?
It's like no,
I
you're eating
just
it. I don't know if it's
I
actually gold though.
my brain went down a path because I don't know how, but somehow my TikTok algorithm is has been tainted, and I keep seeing these videos of people who are panning for gold because apparently that's a thing again, and it had me thinking, wait, is that how gold gets back into the water supply? Is people eating gold leaf burgers? You know,
Oh.
some of these things. This
Or
is
like,
well,
have you
we
ever
don't
seen
really have a ton.
the gold ice cream or whatever? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Where they do
yeah,
like
same
it's like
thing. Yeah,
it's like flaked. It's like
yeah,
looks like tin foil actually,
yeah. I
but
forget what they call it.
obviously
Oh, it's
yeah.
gold leaf. That's what it's called.
Okay.
But the thing of the gold, the panning for gold, has me fascinated now because the first video I saw it was a guy who had discovered that the bags of sand like play sand that you get. I don't know if it was play sand or maybe masonry sand, but some kind of sand he got at Home Depot actually had small amounts of gold in it. So he set up a whole rig, where to screen it and all that to get the gold out of the sand, and he actually
What?
got actual gold out of the sand. And the thing was, so
You
then
think it was planted?
I don't know, because then he bought a bunch of bags. He bought like a whole pallet of sand to see how much gold he could get out of a pallet of sand, and like in the end, he determined it wasn't worth the effort. He did get gold out of it, but the amount that he got was so small. He was spent more on the sand, and which makes sense, by the way, because if there was enough gold in the sand, they'd be charging more for the sand, or they'd be getting the gold out,
Hmm.
before they sold it. But I thought that was really interesting. And now all I see are these machines that people use. They'll go out to a river somewhere and they'll put it in and they'll just pull gold out. So if you're ever bored,
That's because
apparently panning for gold's a thing again.
That's because once you watch something just for a little bit of time on your thing, it thinks that you're interested. Like I used to
Yeah.
watch, I don't know, I think I talked about it. I used to watch the lottery scratching videos. You know, all it
Oh
took was me
yes,
like
yes.
paying attention too long to one person scratching that lottery ticket for it to
Yeah,
constantly show up on my page, and I wasn't mad about it. Like even when
yeah,
Adrian was looking up dance videos for the Dougie the other day, and he's like, and then he goes like to his like popular page or whatever on
yeah,
Instagram, and he's like,
yeah,
oh God, there goes my algorithm. And it's just all dancing videos. Like you
yeah.
watch for 10 seconds and it's like, oh, you're interested in this?
Oh, you like that, did
No,
you?
I just wanted to see if she won anything on the
Yeah,
lottery ticket.
yeah,
But
yeah,
fine, I'll watch these every night now before bed. I'll
yeah.
do
The
it.
things that the things that drive me nuts are the TikToks where they're in like multiple parts. So it's like part one of eight, and like I just want to
Oh
see what
yeah.
color they painted the dresser, but I gotta go all the way to part
Yeah.
eight to find that out. Like no,
Or
because
when you
that's the other
start
ones.
watching before
Yeah,
they're done with it and you're like, hope this shows back on my algorithm when they're done because
yeah, right, right,
uh,
yeah, because they haven't put out the last video
we
yet. So it's
haven't
like, well, now
finished
I
yet.
yeah, now I
God,
just gotta
yes.
hope it shows back up. That's the other one that's invaded my feed is people who are doing furniture flipping. I'm like,
I love
I
those.
think I
Those
could
really
do that.
inspire
I
me.
think I could I
You
know
should
but
do
that's the
that.
thing. That's
You
the
know where they
thing.
get them? Goodwill. Goodwill
Good.
will
Well,
have
no,
like a cheap dresser or
a lot of
something.
people, I know, but a lot of people I see they get free, it's like stuff free or almost free off of like Facebook Marketplace,
Oh, yeah, you
which
could
is
do
like
that.
crazy to me, you know? And
The
then
only
now
thing,
the thing I always wonder is how hard is it going to be to sell it? Because, I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you, and you know about me. Where are you going to store that stuff? Like, unless I was making
you
enough
gotta have
money at it
space.
that I, would rent a storage unit, to store the stuff in while I was waiting. That's how you'd have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have to rent a storage unit, get the stuff when you could, put it in the storage unit, and then, finish it as you had refinish it as you had
Or if you
time.
have an
But
extra
those
bedroom,
true, true.
like at
Yeah,
first, if
but
you have
those
an
those
extra
videos are
bedroom that's not being
very
used.
they're very addicting. Very addicting.
You just
'Cause,
have to watch getting furniture from like those kind of places or even on the side of the street. Like some of them I'll see them like grabbing from the side of the street because when I used to work at a pest control company, there were so many instances where like that furniture has termites and then those
oh,
termites spread to other things. Yeah. And you don't
yeah.
even know, 'cause especially if it's like
Yeah.
sitting outside on the side of the street, you don't know.
Yeah,
Next thing
that
you
would be
know, now you have
terrible.
termites.
Yeah, you think you're getting a free dresser and you're getting free termites with the free dresser. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know if you can like treat it. Maybe you can treat it yourself beforehand, but yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean,
just
how
say you can see them. They're little white bugs. They
Oh,
look like
okay.
little white flies. You would see them if it, or you would notice like the termite damage. Like you can notice
Right,
like
right.
any kind of wood damage on it. You just have to inspect it before you snatch it up, and then I don't know, maybe treat it.
Right.
Just a little PSA for the especially in Florida.
Good to
It's
know.
humid and termites love humid Florida.
Yeah, and if that's sitting out on the curb for a little bit, they're gonna probably gravitate to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
How about this? Going
Um.
back to the Super Bowl stuff. Did you have something?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Going back to the Super Bowl stuff. Americans consumed an estimated 1.48 million buffalo wings
One point
during the
four
Super
eight
Bowl game.
million.
Yeah, that's
A
enough
lot
to
of.
wrap around the earth three times if you put them end to end.
I have a question. Where are we getting all these chickens for all these wings and all these
Maybe
chicken breasts?
maybe they're
And
not coming from chickens. Maybe they're just
I
growing them
heard that.
in a laboratory somewhere.
Did you hear the like McDonald's thing? See, some people think that the McDonald's conspiracy of people thinking that McDonald's is using people meat because
Oh.
they're because they were looking at the numbers of like
Is,
burgers that they sell. And they're like McDonald's sells this amount of burgers like per year, per month, whatever it is. No way are there that many cows in the world to produce that much meat for these burgers. And that's not even counting all the burger meat used everywhere else, like for other restaurants, grocery stores.
But it's easier to get people meat. I mean, I don't, I don't know that I
It's a
don't know that I
mix. I
get
think they're
this.
saying it's a mix. We're just like
Oh,
filler.
well, okay, so it's more likely that they're using like sawdust or something like that as a filler than
But
people
no, that
meat.
does
I
make
don't
sense. Like, there's so many, not that they're using people, but just, yeah, how are there so many cows in the
some
world
other filler.
to
Yeah,
even,
that's true.
are we really eating ground beef? Maybe we should do a deep dive episode on that one time. Our
Yeah.
food nowadays. Because that is true. Like, where are we getting all the cows? Where are we
Well,
getting all the chickens?
the thing I wonder is like now with all of the like Beyond Beef or Impossible burger stuff, like could they be mixing that kind of stuff in as filler and we just don't even know it, because
Yeah.
how would you know?
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
why
Just
the
buying,
smart
like,
thing to do is do what we did. I think it was 2 years ago. We're going on 2 years ago now, and buy a part of a cow, because then you know it's coming from the cow. Unless they have, oh, where's your cousin? You know,
and you got a lot of
you
meat
know.
with that, too.
We did, yeah. We still have like tubes and tubes. Well, not tubes and tubes. We have some tubes of the ground beef still.
Really?
I
Can
think
I
we
have
still got
some?
some of the steaks. Yeah,
I want some.
I could hook
I
you
want
up.
some ground beef. I'm going to ask mom.
Um,
Not
let's
that,
see. How about this?
I don't credit your yes, but
I helped with this next one.
yeah.
Yeah, you always gotta you always gotta ask the boss.
Yeah, exactly.
How about this one though? Fans drank an estimated 325 million gallons of beer on Super Bowl. I assisted in that.
300. I believe that.
25 million gallons.
Because this
320.
Monday is also the top work call out sick day as well. So
That's
I
true.
think
Yeah, they
that
call
goes
it.
hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people have talked about that they should, and I've heard for years they've talked about they should make it like a national holiday, so that it's not because people aren't productive. If they are in work, they're not productive. Turns out next year, it actually does fall on a holiday. It falls on President's Day. So
Yeah,
next
well,
year,
actually, it
everyone will
falls
be off.
on, yeah, because the Super Bowl falls on Valentine's Day. I heard actually not that they were going to make it necessarily an holiday, but I heard that they were just going
No,
to move the official day to
oh right,
the Sunday before President's Day.
yeah. Which
Because
which
they
there
could
there
make
you
it
go.
a
That would be the
holiday,
smart
but
thing.
you know,
Right,
that
but
doesn't mean
now
all
here's
jobs are more likely to follow being off on President's Day, same with schools and
true,
stuff, than
true.
just, post
Then
Super Bowl day.
yeah, then just making it Super Bowl Monday as a holiday.
Hmm.
What else? How about this? Overall retail spending related to game food, apparel, and decorations reached a record 20.2 billion, averaging $94.77 per person. I did not spend $94.77 on Super Bowl prep because we didn't have a party. We put the game on. You know, we actually left at one point and went and did some door dashing, and thought it would
Yeah,
be more lucrative than it was, and it really wasn't.
that's what I
It was
told
no better.
mom.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't as good as I thought it would be.
Um, yeah, I went to Brandon and Nicole's. They had like a Super Bowl banner and football napkins, but nothing crazy. I don't know. Do people really
Yeah,
like deck out? Maybe if it's your team, you're gonna go all out more
yeah,
than if
yeah.
if
That's what
you're
I
just
think.
like having a party. Because I think a lot of people do have parties when it's not their team, just like for the
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't
But
know. There was a lot about this year that just didn't feel, you know, um, didn't feel that special to me. Like even the commercials. Like the one commercial I really liked. Did you see the Budweiser one with the baby Clydesdale?
I don't think so. One that we
It's
liked a
like,
lot was, I don't remember the Clydesdale one though.
oh, it was good. What did you say? What one did you?
The one where it was like lip syncing or something. Remember? It was
Oh, I
like
didn't see that one.
it was like karaoke. I think it was for Coinbase. I think Coinbase it was called.
Uh,
And it had on its screen, it was like the karaoke for I Want It That Way. I think like that one of the
oh,
Backstreet Boys I think songs. Yeah.
oh, maybe I did
It
see
literally
that
came up
one.
on the screen and it looked like karaoke and it had the
Yeah,
the beat behind it
yeah,
and then it just
yeah.
came up at the end, Coinbase. I was like,
It's funny
"Oh,
because
that's a cute
that one,
idea."
I think that's one of the lists as a near miss though, on my list from
Really?
yeah. It says Coinbase, everybody Coinbase, a minimalist ad that many found confusing or too similar to their famous QR code ad from the year past. So no,
I thought that was fun.
the Budweiser one was good because it starts out with a baby Clydesdale, and he's
Mhm.
running around, and I don't know if he knocks a log or something like that, and a little bird falls out, a little baby bird falls out, and so he goes and he befriends the baby bird and covers the baby bird up when it's raining, and then later it shows him running, and the bird is a little bit bigger but still a baby bird, and it's on his back, and then
Mhm.
it shows him running around with the bird sitting on his back, and then it gets to the point where the Clydesdale is fully grown and he's running along, and he goes and he jumps over a log, and as he's jumping over the log you see like it looks like the Clydesdale has wings, but then you realize it's an eagle. And so the bird was a baby eagle, and the eagle's flying, and it's all American,
Budweiser
and
usually
it
has
was
good
good.
ones.
They do, yeah. They're
They usually have
especially
good
the
ones. They're
Clydesdale
like,
ones are usually really good.
mm.
But and then there
What
was
I wonder what started like commercials. I guess just because they know so many people are
yeah,
watching the Super Bowl at one time, so that's
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
where the whole Super Bowl
Yeah, a
commercial
hundred.
thing came
I think
from.
they said the viewership was 127 million, 127.7 million, something like that. And guess how much
That's
it
crazy.
costs per second for an ad? Just
Oh
take a
man,
wild guess.
per second.
Average, because it does depend on
Two hundred
when.
thousand.
You're not too far off. 333,333 per second.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. A 30-second
Three hundred
commercial
thousand per second.
yeah, a 30-second commercial average is $8 million. Premium slots are as high as 10 million for a 30-second ad. To anyone who paid for those Super Bowl ads at 8 or 10 million, we will let you run a 30-second ad during our podcast for $30. Can't beat it.
That's
10 million, $30.
crazy.
Just saying.
10 million
Yeah,
is
three
wild.
hundred and thirty-three thousand $333 per second. So
That's really crazy.
the economy is economying.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you
so
see the ad? Not to get stuck on this, but did you see? I think it was Sabrina Carpenter with the Pringles, the Pringles man ad.
I think I saw that before
That
the
one was
Super
weird.
Bowl they were
Yeah,
airing
that
it.
that one was weird. That one was a little weird for me.
Yeah,
Funny but
they were
weird.
playing that. They were playing that somewhere. I think it was online before the Super Bowl even happened. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So, what did you think about the halftime show, Dad?
So I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it.
I did watch it,
Yeah.
and I liked it a lot. I
Did
thought,
you? There
okay,
you
a lot
go.
of people thought that Bad Bunny was going to come out in a dress, and it was just going to be a huge, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
controversial
Oh well,
moment.
that's part.
But
I didn't watch it not because I don't like politics in my football, and I had a feeling anyway it was going to be political, and I'm like I don't like it in my
it
football. So you know
wasn't
what?
at all. It
You know what
was,
I
I
watched?
thought,
Guess
what?
what I watched? I watched the
The
Charlie
Doggy
Kirk
Super Bowl?
halftime. No, I should have watched that. I watched the
I
Charlie
watched.
Kirk, which was good, by the way. It was really good. See, here's the
I
problem:
thought
is Bad
Bad
Bunny
Bunny.
isn't my.
No,
It's not my thing,
it
though,
was.
Alyssa. I mean, look at me. Look at me. It's not my
It
thing.
was. It was so good. It was so well done, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't
Yeah. No,
think
I've
it was
heard.
very in your face. It really went through just like the cultures of, like, just, I don't know, like Puerto Rico and other cultures, and I don't know, I thought he did a really good job at it. I don't think
Yeah.
it was like too uh in your face. I don't think it was too I don't think it was like
That's good.
anti-America at
That's
all.
good.
They were waving the American flag at the end
Yeah,
along
that's
with
good.
like a bunch of other countries' flags. Like I think a lot of people hyped it up in the beginning to be
Hmm.
something that it wasn't at all. I think a lot of people just automatically heard Bad Bunny and like ran with all these scenarios again, saying that he was going to come out in a dress and like
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
stuff because of how he was, how he has been.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was really, really well done, I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Some of it for me is, that's just not my taste in music. So,
Yeah.
but I have
I
heard
mean,
positive things. I've heard other people say, what you said about it too, that it was a good
like
show.
I
That's good.
think a lot of times though, like, they're every Super Bowl is always different types of music and culture.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
feel, I don't know, I guess I look at, maybe it's just because I also like Spanish music, but I also look at it like, it, to me, it, like having a Spanish artist is no different than like one year when they have rap and hip hop artists up
Sure.
there, or
Sure.
like
Yeah. It's
pop,
just a
like
different
someone might
different
not
genre.
like pop music and now they got pop music up
Absolutely.
there, and I don't
Yep.
really care for the Britney Spears music. I like rock and roll, but that's just who they have on the Super Bowl, and
Well, and
then next year they
I
might
think
have
too.
somebody completely different.
Yeah, I think too. Like right now with everything, there's a desire or a tendency to polarize everything, to politicize everything, and I think
Yeah.
when that stuff happens, like when things are going on and they announce somebody, people immediately do exactly that.
Yeah.
They make it into something that it might not be. So
And if I'm being honest, I don't, you know my views on pretty much everything that I can have a view on, and I don't think his performance was like political at all.
well, that's good. That's good.
I really feel like he just like took you through the waves of like Puerto Rico culture and showing you that side, which, you know, to an extent, I feel like a part of America is a bunch of different
Yeah,
cultures, and
I mean,
that's
Puerto
where
Rico.
everyone heard that it was going to be Spanish, and it's like Puerto Rico is a part of, they're an American territory, so
Yeah,
everyone
that's right.
making jokes about it, it's like that's why Bad Bunny's waving the American flag at the end too. Well,
Right,
the
right.
people that when they brought out all the flags, it
Yeah,
was like a bunch of countries' flags. So yeah,
including
I don't know,
America's. Yeah,
including
you know what I
America's.
don't like, and this is that I'm not getting into politics, but I've heard some things from some of the Olympians because the Olympics are going on now,
Oh yeah,
and I've heard a few of the athletes that are over there, the Olympians, have been like asked, about, well, how do you feel about being over here representing America? And they've said kind of like, you know, semi-negative things, I would say. And I don't like that. If you're over there
yeah,
and you're over there to represent our country, our flag, whatever the politics are, whatever, like there's a way to answer that question where you don't get into any of the politics. You know what I'm saying? Where you
you know
don't
what's
get into,
crazy? I heard a while ago that from like someone who like is like from a different country, well, like family from a different country and all that stuff, that like America is one of the, like there's so not one of the only ones, because I'm sure there's a lot of other ones, but like America, for how like it. I don't know. So many other countries. I don't know how to say it, but so many other countries are way more just who don't even have as much of it as America does.
Hmm.
Are way more like loud and proud about their countries, like waving their
Yeah.
country's flags all the time and stuff.
Hmm.
In America, the only real time that you see Americans like really waving their flags is on independence type holidays.
Right. Yeah, and even that you're
Um,
right. And that's a recent thing though.
Other
Like,
countries wear their flags and their colors all the time, like
sure. And you
hang their
should.
flags in the wherever they can, like,
Yeah,
and you
they
should,
should.
yeah,
You
exactly. Like
should
I
be.
think
I mean,
no
you
matter
know,
what country
my
you're
my
from.
problem with that thing is if you're there as an American, you're competing on the U.S. Olympic team, like proudly support the flag. That's it. It doesn't have to
True.
be anything to do with the person who's president or any of the political stuff that's going on.
Hmm.
It has to do with the country that you were born into or that you chose to come to that has allowed you to hone an athletic skill to the point where you're able to compete at that level. And,
Yeah.
so either you should be there representing it proudly and you should keep the politics out of it, or you should choose to not do it and say that you're choosing not to do it because you don't agree with that stuff. Because otherwise, you're not doing it to kind of support your country or as a proud thing for your country. You're doing it for personal gratification and personal glorification.
Well, I think just don't speak negatively on it. Okay,
Yeah.
a perfect example is like, for example, like the company that you work for. You wouldn't go to like a conference or a trip or something where you're like repping their stuff. Like you got the hoodie on that has their logo. You're clearly like a part of that team and all that stuff. And if somebody comes up to you and is like, "Oh, hey, I love insert company brand here," um, you wouldn't start talking trash on it, or
Yeah.
even to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I mean, can I tell you a secret? I really wouldn't waste
Yeah.
your money on it. It's like
Yeah.
only okay.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
can
it.
probably find knockoffs like other places that are way better. Just FYI,
Yeah.
you wouldn't say that. Even if you felt that way, you would probably still like keep it to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. That's a great
You know,
a great analogy. Yeah, because that's it.
like you're a
Like,
representation for something. So, okay,
yeah.
you don't have to love it. Hey, not everybody loves everything all the time, I guess.
Right.
But
Right.
if you're not, if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, especially when you're representing
There we are.
a thing as a whole. There's companies, there's countries with a lot less who, and, they're out there
Yeah.
still proudly um, supporting their country.
Yeah. 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 I
So,
think I think the problem here right now is everything is so political, and
yeah.
it's the politicians' fault that and I'm not saying this side or that side. I'm saying both sides.
Hmm.
Because they're always trying to do whatever is politically best for them to get or maintain power. And at some point, they viewed that the best thing for us is for us to keep our bases fired up all the time. So
Yeah.
whatever's going on, and a great example is this stuff with the Epstein files, the Epstein lists, and all that.
Hmm.
Because before the current people were in office, oh, when we get in there, we're going to release all that information. And now they're in office, and the other side's going, why aren't you releasing that information? And, you know, 3 years ago when they were in control, they didn't release all the information either. And I'm not saying I don't think there's anything there. I think there probably is some stuff there. I think there's probably some big names in there, maybe not people that are currently in power anywhere, but I think there's some
There's
big
already
names in
been a
there
lot
that they
that's
don't
come
want to get
out.
out. Yeah. But I think both sides, like with a lot of issues, try to
Yeah.
use it. it's like I have this
This is how
theory
politics are,
that
though.
yeah, that politicians
Yeah.
don't want to solve problems because if you solve a problem, it's kind of like drug companies. If you cure a disease, you can't sell treatments for that disease anymore.
Yeah,
Politicians are
that's
the
why a
same
lot
way.
of
If you
the
solve a problem, you don't have that as an issue anymore.
that's why a lot of the they say a lot of the like beauty products and stuff aren't necessarily made to like cure you, cure you. Like they're like that actually was like a big thing with like the menstrual products that a lot of the original products it had such bad ingredients in it that they were
Hmm.
made to like make all your symptoms way worse so that you need
Oh
to keep
wow.
buying even more. Then they came out with
Sure.
organic versions that literally, all of a sudden now you don't need to buy as much. There was this one company, I can't remember what it was or what they did, but so, it's not much going to be much of a story, but they literally went
Yeah.
out of business. They literally went out of business
Right.
because um like people it was man, what was it?
I
It
still
was
say
something
here's
it was something that like you only had to buy like once and it lasted
right.
for so long that people whatever it lasted for so long that people never needed to like it was a product, like a thing. And yeah, like it
Yeah.
was so well made and lasted
Yeah,
for so long
there's a
that
term
people
for
didn't
that.
need to buy replacements.
Is it planned obsolescence? Like it's in other words
Yeah.
that they design the product that it's gonna wear out so that you'll need to get a new one, and that's how they keep. I mean, I still think
Yeah.
and we know some diabetics. I still think that with diabetes, like diabetes is such a lucrative industry for the companies that
Mhm.
sell the insulin and the related products that I think if there was ever a potential cure, and by the way, there was one that a professor or a doctor or something at UCF was working on years ago. I'm talking like 20, I don't know, 20, 2008, something like that. Um, and we heard about it on the news, the local news, and they were getting ready to start like clinical trials or something like that, real promising, that would have literally cured diabetes. And you never heard anything about it again. And I swear what
Yeah.
happens is these drug companies that make the drugs that, because a company who's the one, Norvo Nordisk, they're also the ones that sell one of the GLP-1s, I forget which one. But they make so much money off of selling insulin that if somebody was to come out with a drug that or a treatment that eliminated need of like type 1 diabetics to take insulin,
Mhm.
they'd go out of business quickly. They would go out of business very quickly.
Yeah.
So, you know, eh, people could say that sounds very cynical, but I mean, like it would behoove them if something like that was out or there was something like that that was discovered to buy up all the research and squash it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've heard that before though for sure. But they people say that with cancer too, that they feel like there's a cure out
Oh
there,
yeah,
but there's too much money that goes into it,
yeah. There's
you
more
know.
money in treatment than cure.
But that's
Yeah.
why like they also say even like if you look at I follow this one guy on TikTok. His videos pop up every now and then. And he's like a licensed pharmacist in a bunch of states. And he always goes to these different stores. Like he'll go to the dollar store a lot
Mm.
and look at their medicines and he'll literally compare the ingredients on the back of like the dollar store medicine versus like, the higher brand name medicine. And he'll even talk about the higher brand name medicine and he's like, this has nothing in here. Like if you have a cold, you're literally taking this off placebos. It's not going to do
Oh
anything for
wow.
you. Like, look, this is a cold and cough medicine. You're better off taking literally like a spoonful of, you have a sore throat, don't take this medicine. You have a cough, don't take this medicine. Take a spoonful of honey. Like, it's gonna
Wow.
do just the same.
J-
This
d-
literally,
the-
he's like, look at all these ingredients in here. This is just nothing.
was he
Like,
talking specifically about the store brand or either one?
either one, but
Oh wow.
specifically the big name brands that we take for
Oh,
the
okay.
cough and
Okay.
flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, this is not going to do
for
anything
a
for your
lot of
flu.
that kind of
Like, drink
stuff,
lots of
especially,
fluids.
yeah, for a lot of that kind of stuff, like over the counter medication and that, I'm not a brand snob anymore. Like, because a lot of times the generic version is literally made by the same company and it's half the price. It's like,
Even generic wise,
why?
though, like a lot of
Yeah.
times they say if you're really sick, all you need to be doing is like, if you have a sore throat or a cough, literally drink, take some honey, drink some tea. That's going to do just as much for you as any of these medicines based on the ingredients. They
Yeah.
don't actually
Yeah.
have any more soothing power than some tea or honey. And even like
Yeah.
a lot of flus and stuff, bring your fever down with what is it, ibuprofen or acetaminophen? I can't remember which one.
I think it's acetaminophen. Tylenol. Yeah.
Bring your fever down with that and
hmm
drink a bunch of water,
The only
a
thing
bunch
I
of
will
fluids,
say, if you're feeling like you're getting a cold, I
vitamins.
think I've said this before. Well, vitamins, Zicam,
Yeah,
which is contains like zinc and I think maybe vitamin C. I
exactly.
don't know.
Something like that.
It
Yeah,
contains
that's what
those.
they say
Yeah.
is good too.
Yeah, and that's like me. I take some vitamins all the time, but if I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll go harder on the vitamin C in that. And like or Zicam, actually last week for a couple days I was like, oh, I feel like I'm getting, I was getting the head thing and the throat thing, and took Zicam I think for like 2 days maybe. It never developed.
Because I even heard like a lot of the Theraflus and Nyquils and
hmm
Dayquils and stuff, like they don't have anything in them. Like most of the time, they might have something in it to like knock you out at night for the nighttime ones,
hmm
but a lot of times you will say that you like feel better the next day, but most of the time that's literally just because you got a night's sleep and your body
Yeah.
was able to
Oh
like
yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Like you would
I
have
do.
probably felt that same way if you didn't take it. It's just placebo of like, oh, I took that
Yeah.
medicine and now I definitely do feel better than yesterday, but
It worked.
it's not really because of the medicine, because the medicine doesn't have enough in it to do all that for you.
Yeah, I do like a good NyQuil to knock me out when I'm sick though. I will take the
No,
NyQuil to
same,
knock me.
yeah,
Or
but just
or
for the
you know
knockout purposes.
or
Some
you
Jack
know
Daniels.
some of this
Yeah,
right here,
yeah, exactly.
a little bit of
You know
Maker's.
what's funny? When I had tooth pain, remember when I was having like that really bad toothache, and I was looking up things online to like help me, and so many things online was like soak cotton ball in some whiskey and put it on your tooth. I'm like, I am not
I've
doing
heard
that.
that. No,
Like
I've heard that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah, I've heard that kind
I
of thing.
am not.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
say that they do say that for for colds and that it's good to like have a shot of bourbon and whiskey, whatever.
crazy. That's just because it
Yeah,
knocks you out.
yeah,
Exactly, same
that's
purposes.
exactly it. So
That's
it
really
helps
all
you
you
rest.
need when you're sick is a lot of fluid and a good night's sleep. Like just
Yep,
rest in general. Like
yep.
just rest for the whole
By the
day
way,
and night.
neither one of us are trained physicians. Please do not take medical advice from the A&M podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, what we're saying
I
doesn't
had to
work.
throw the
Can't fall
disclaimer
for
in
it.
there.
Yeah, we do
Yeah,
need a disclaimer. I know.
yeah.
That's funny.
Also, if I started filling the A&M podcast mug with some of the Maker's Mark, would that be would our viewers would they judge me?
I would just think it was coffee.
Yeah, that's true. That would be a different podcast.
True.
All right, so this week Thursday we're gonna have another of our true
True Crime
crime.
Thursday.
Yeah, and it's gonna be something very timely this week, so you
Hmm.
can guess what that might be, and tune in to see if you're
Yeah.
right.
Tune in and make sure you watch
All
the
right,
full episode because we might change
that's
it at
right.
the end.
That's right. And I might be giving lottery numbers out at the end. You do.
And
I
if you
probably
made it
won't,
this
but
far,
I might.
if you
Yeah.
if you made it this far, let us know as well into the podcast
Yeah.
because I don't know how many people like click out, but if you made it
Yeah.
this far, comment
I know we should start.
salami.
We should. Yeah, there you go. I was going to say we should start having a secret word at the end of the podcast, and
No.
the first person to comment it, they get to become a super fan.
Yes,
There are no
comment
there are no
salami.
rewards or anything for being a super fan, other than maybe we'll give them a shout out on the next episode. How's that?
And then when we get bigger, we'll remember you and we'll send you
That's right.
merch. We'll send you a shirt or
That's right.
something.
Yeah.
Or I'll send you my I'm a mug.
Yeah. Right. You could autograph it. So.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Won't take
Thanks,
me anymore.
guys. Yeah.
Bye,
Exactly.
everybody.